Imagine a place where almost everyone you meet is part of a scam. A community that thrives on deception, feeding off unsuspecting victims from around the world. This is not an urban legend. It is a reality in certain pockets across the globe where entire neighborhoods survive by pulling off elaborate fraud schemes. Stay with me until the end, because we will reveal how these towns keep reinventing themselves, staying one step ahead of law enforcement. Before we begin, like this video, subscribe and turn on notifications. Next week, we unveil the secret world of underground currency exchanges where criminals swap millions in hidden money without a single bank statement. For now, let's dive into how entire communities flourish on a foundation built on lies. In certain regions with limited legitimate opportunities, whether due to economic hardship or geographical isolation, residents discover that fraud offers a quicker path to success. Historically, these might have been areas reliant on fishing, farming, or small-scale trade. But as global communication expanded, new avenues for scamming emerged. Access to the internet, cheap mobile phones, and social media platforms opened doors to millions of potential victims worldwide. What begins as a handful of people testing small scams soon grows into a collective endeavor. Neighbors share methods for tricking targets, forging documents, and setting up fake accounts. Over time, this evolves into a local culture where deception is considered an art. Younger generations see no reason to learn traditional trades if they can make more money, conducting romance scams, tech support fraud, or phishing schemes. Before long, an entire neighborhood's economy is fueled by ill-gotten gains. Just like any profitable enterprise, these fraud-focused communities have hierarchies. At the top are the kingpins or masterminds who orchestrate larger, more sophisticated scams, sometimes partnering with global crime syndicates. Beneath them, mid-level operators run call centers or online chat rooms, training new recruits in the art of deception. These mid-level players often scout for fresh talent among teenagers and young adults, luring them with promises of fast cash and local fame. On the ground level, you find the foot soldiers, the people who make phone calls, send thousands of phishing emails, or maintain fake social media profiles. Some pose as government officials or tech support specialists, others as lonely singles seeking love. They build elaborate stories to ensnare victims, using every emotional lever possible to extract money. While some foot soldiers see this as a temporary hustle, others embrace the illicit lifestyle, celebrating it as a local tradition. In some neighborhoods, success in scamming translates to better homes, flashy cars, and a respected position, further entrenching the culture of fraud. For the scammer, a successful con means another payday. But for the victim, often living continents away, loss can mean financial ruin, shattered confidence, or even broken relationships. Some victims, believing they have found true love online, empty their life savings to help a sick relative or urgent financial crisis. Others hand over their personal details, only to have their bank accounts drained or their identities used to commit further fraud. Local law enforcement in those distant countries might launch investigations, but these tracks often lead to fake addresses or phone numbers that can vanish overnight. By the time international cooperation is set in motion, the scammers have relocated their operations or set up shop under new identities. The psychological toll on victims can be devastating, leaving them feeling foolish and isolated, sometimes reluctant to come forward out of shame. Meanwhile, the fraud communities carry on as if nothing has happened, continuing a cycle of deception that never seems to end. Authorities in multiple countries have begun to coordinate efforts, raiding call centers, shutting down phishing sites, and arresting local ringleaders. In some cases, these stings capture hundreds of suspects at once, but success is fleeting. The communities that rely on fraud adapt quickly, shifting their methods, changing the type of scams they run, and even relocating to different towns if necessary. Economic alternatives are scarce, and the lure of fast, easy money remains strong. Government programs to introduce legitimate employment options often struggle to take root. Young people see neighbours who have built grand houses or drive luxury cars purely from scamming, so it becomes aspirational. Arresting a few criminals does not dismantle a culture of fraud, it merely delays it. Within days or weeks, new groups emerge, continuing the cycle. For law enforcement, the challenge is immense. How do you break an entire community's dependence on deceit? So, what happens when a whole neighborhood has grown used to surviving on scams? Some experts argue that the key lies in offering substantial economic alternatives, viable ways to earn a living that do not involve tricking innocent people. Others suggest that only strict and consistent law enforcement can send a message that crime does not pay. The reality is likely a combination of both approaches, along with greater awareness among potential victims. The next time you get a suspicious call, email, or online message, remember there might be an entire community depending on your gullibility. One of the biggest weapons against fraud is knowledge. Knowing how these scams work and refusing to engage can starve these operations of their lifeblood. If you found this episode enlightening, then like this video, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. Next week, we delve into the murky world of underground currency exchanges, revealing how criminals swap millions in hidden money beneath the radar. Until then, always stay alert, because sometimes the nicest neighborhood can hide the darkest secrets.